What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Canelo Alvarez, Triple G, and Aurtur Beterbiev. Get this, Team Canelo will explore Beterbiev's Smith winner if Golovkin loses or suffers injury. Eddie Reynoso, head trainer and manager of Mexican superstar boxer Canelo Alvarez, is looking forward to a very big year for his boxer. On May 7th, Canelo will return to the lightweight division to challenge the undefeated WBA world champion, Dmitry Bivol. Should Canelo win, he will return to the ring in September for a planned trilogy fight with Golovkin. Golovkin has to do his part in order to finalize the trilogy by defeating Ryota Murata on April 9th in Japan. Canelo's handlers are not looking too far ahead, as Reynoso admits that the fight with Bivol is a very dangerous one. He says, whenever you go up in weight, it is a risk because you are going to face fighters who are used to handling a certain amount of pounds at the time of the fight. It is a risk that Canelo takes against the undefeated Fibo Bivol with good victories. It is an important challenge for his career, Reynoso told Los Golpes. As for Golovkin, let's see how he stacks up against Murata. There are fighters who, from one fight to the next, can become an old man, and others who, after 40, have made their best fights. Nowadays, we don't know. We have to see how he looks against Murata. The fight is going to be the guideline to see what Golovkin offers against Canelo. If Golovkin is defeated or suffers a serious injury during that fight, then Canelo will explore the undefeated fight, or should I say the undisputed fight, with winner of June 19th bout between Aurtur Beterbiev and Joe Smith. Let me counterpunch. Great assessment by Eddie Reynoso, because there are fighters that can fight way past 40. Bernard Hopkins won. George Foreman, the oldest heavyweight champion ever. You name it. Luis Ortiz, even though people joke that he's a lot older than 40, right? He may be, in fact, 50, but these guys are still fighting. Now, how good are they, though? That's the question. And then another question you ask yourself, are these fighters that do fight past 40, are they in prime shape, or are they in good enough condition to make a good account of themselves? So that's what you ask yourself. Can they maintain? Can they function? And at what level? Okay. Canelo's in his prime right now, right? But at 40 years old, Canelo Alvarez will maybe a shell of himself now at age 32. Okay, so those things change. Whereas Vladimir Klitschko at age 41 gave Anthony Joshua the fight of his life in 2017. Okay, so you really don't know how these guys are, even though Vladimir and a lot of those guys I mentioned are heavyweights. But still, all in all, we don't know how Golovkin will look. We know he had a long layoff. We know that the Ryota Murata fight should have happened already. And then that just makes it longer. I feel that Canelo's the favorite anyway. I don't really care to see a trilogy fight just because it's been drug along too much. That's been 4 years ago now. So I'm not really interested into seeing a Canelo-Golovkin 3. I think Golovkin won the first fight and Canelo did enough to make a split decision on the second or draw the second fight. But after that, all in all, Golovkin passed up many opportunities to make a good account of himself. The Andrade fight, the Jermall Charlo fight, the Chris Eubank thing. I think that fight got reintroduced to him. There's a lot of fighters that he did not want to fight except Canelo. So if he's just trying to make his whole legacy off of one fight and you're 40 years old, I don't really care to see that, honestly. So, me personally, I hope Murata wins so Golovkin doesn't get this opportunity, because it cost a lot of people a lot of time, a lot of effort. And plus, I would rather see an undisputed fight, just like we seen last year with Canelo with Caleb Plant. okay, at 168. So I want to see something that means something, okay? So if you're undisputed in both 168 and 175 coming from 154, right, a smaller weight classes, that's pretty damn impressive, people. Okay, to say the least. That seals his legacy because I don't see him going up to cruiserweight, but if he chose to do that or go down that path, he could do so because he's done everything else. All right? So, I'm glad that Eddie Reynoso is looking or not looking past Bivol, and I'm glad that he's just not looking at Gennady Golovkin as the end of the rainbow for this year, because hopefully he won't be there depending on how he fights. And here's the thing. I would go a step further. I would say this. If I'm Eddie Reynoso and I see Golovkin go in there and struggle like he did with Derevyanchenko or even worse, and he still wins, I still would want to fight him. I would say, you know what? Let's go, right? Let's go with Aurtur Beterbiev. And I would take the best performances from each guy, weigh them together, and then pick the best performance. Who looked better? Was it Aurtur Beterbiev beating Joe Smith? Or is it Triple G beating Morata? That's how I would measure it up. And if it's Aurtur Beterbiev and he looked more impressive, by God, pick Beterbiev. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of a possible fight between Canelo Alvarez and Aurtur Beterbiev for undisputed at the end of 2022. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.